Hello. Hello. So today is our very start of the Decluttering Workshop series. So you are getting an insight into my super awesome, cluttered, messy closet. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's definitely looked better. You can see I've got a lot of stuff here, and I actually have a pile sitting here on my ironing board. So I am in need of this too at this moment. So I hope you guys are going to sit back and relax and enjoy watching the workshop. Feel free to ask questions and I can see them in real time here and answer them for you. Everybody got a glass of wine or whatever your drink of choice is, because you know it is quarantine time, which you know, it's okay to drink early, although it's 8 o'clock, so it's perfectly acceptable time for wine or whatever. So I would like to welcome you again to our Decluttering Workshop series. And I'm Andrea Lebowski from Andrea's Interior Design Gallery. And I'm an interior designer in Erie, Pennsylvania. And I am not an organized person. Anyone who works with me will tell you that. But organization and clutter are two different things. So the great thing about decluttering is once you don't have that much stuff, you don't have to be organized. So that's kind of the route I like to go. So I see Lolly is here, and I want to show you my lovely Lolly sweater. And you may have noticed that my green Lolly bag is here in my pile. So can't wait till I can come into the store and use that again, and I'm sure you're excited for that too. Anyone else ever shop at Lolly? Hands, great store. It's in the Colony Plaza. Thank you. She says I'm looking good. Although I swear during this, my hair I've gained 6 inches. 3 on my hair and 3 on my waist. So, anyone else? I'm not alone? I'm sure I'm not alone. Please tell me I'm not alone. So, let's just check in and see, so how are you guys? Bored? Feeling trapped? Maybe a little out of control with this whole situation? Some of you might be a little bit cagey and cooped up. All of that can kind of lead to the urge to declutter. Yeah, I'm not alone. Great. We can go buy new clothes later after we do this decluttering. So one of the things that decluttering can do for you, it can actually help that kind of out of control feeling. Little bit into my personal story, I've dealt with some bouts of depression in the past. I know I'm not alone there either. And certain times have been kind of loss of control, loss of myself, loss of freedom. There have been times I felt like my business is just like eating me alive and it's running me, not me running it. And I think a lot of that translates for people right now. It feels like we're not in control of a lot of this situation. So one of the things we can be in control of is ourselves and our stuff and what we do with it. So this actually helped me quite a bit to work through those things. Once things were more simple and streamlined, it really helped me to kind of get over that hump and work towards other things that were within my realm of control. So rather than my stuff taking over, I took over my stuff. So one of the books that I read through to help me with this, that really kind of started this for me, was called New Minimalism by Carrie Fortin and Kylie, I'm gonna butcher it, Quilinci. But it's a great book. If it's available at the Erie County Library once we can get books out again. It's also available on Amazon as a Kindle. So that is kind of what this presentation is based off, is information in that book. So if you want further info, feel free to message me. we can actually do one-on-one consults regarding the decluttering, and then also you can feel free to pick up that book and kind of dive into it a little further. So, all that being said, so why do you want to declutter? Everybody has their why. For me, it was a sense of change, especially right now. It feels like there's a lot of change outside, but I'd like some change inside, and there's only so much of that can happen right now. Spaciousness. If you're feeling a little cagey and cooped up, getting rid of some stuff can actually help with that spacious look. Also can help get a little bit sense of peace, because you don't have all this stuff kind of caving in on you. And believe it or not, it will give you more free time. Although you might feel like you have too much right now. Speak for yourselves. I don't. But if you have less stuff to take care of, less laundry to do, less stuff to put away, that gives you a lot more free time. And that will become very valuable here in the near future when we're able to get back to our normal lives. So, free time. And then less money spent. So once you realize how few things you can have and still have a happy life, you're not going to feel the need to constantly replenish that. So you can actually stop spending money on things. There's less to buy, less to replace. So great things right there. Now, of course, you're also going to have your own whys. That's part of the workshop. So you're going to need to include to yourself or get information from yourself as to why you want to do this. And it has to be for you. It can't be because your husband or your partner or your kids have too much stuff. You can't control what they do. And nagging them into this process isn't going to help. It really is not going to work. It's just going to, backfire on you. But what you can do is lead by example and make them, the other people in your house, responsible for their own crap. When they see that it takes you 5 minutes to fold your laundry and put it away, and they're still doing it a half an hour later, they might like that. They might kind of buy into it and ask you to help them get rid of their stuff too. So lead by example, don't try to nag. So, sorry, my husband is helping me with my notes back there, and he's obviously not paying attention. So what you're gonna need is you're gonna need a paper and pen. If you're not already taking notes, you don't have to grab it right now because we can send you this video after this is all done. But you're gonna need a paper and pen, and you're gonna write down all of the reasons why you think you wanna declutter. All of them, just a whole big list. Once you get that done, I want you to circle the top 3. Those are gonna be your reasons, and you need to keep that piece of paper handy. You're gonna use it throughout your process. So, can I get a show of hands as to how many people have tried to declutter in the past? Anyone? Anyone? Did it work? Did you finish it? Did it last? So, if you answered no to any of those questions, I have some insights that might help you to be more successful this time around. So, we're going to try to identify some personality traits that actually might be blocking your ability to let go of your stuff, and then identify a path forward. So, one of my not talents is not, first of all, handwriting, horrible. So I tried real hard, and in my process of trying real hard to write neat, I make mistakes when I write. So here's my little low-tech cute cards because, we're at a disadvantage at the moment. So one of the 4 reasons why you might be having a hard time is if you have a connected personality. So these people, now is that backwards for you guys? Is it backwards? It looks backwards to me. Hope it's not backwards. If it is, we'll post these later on down the road in pictures, and we'll add them to the video at the end. So a connected person, they're going to say things like, but that was a gift. I can't get rid of that. Or that reminds me of something. That reminds me of so-and-so. That reminds me of something I did. It is backwards. Great. Well, you'll have to listen to me. Sorry. So really the block here, what's blocking those connected people, is being sentimental. They have a real hard time letting go of cards, gifts, and ticket stubs, things like that. So usually get like a box full or more. So here's the important part. If you identify as one of these people, your path forward, this is how you get over this. The path forward in this is to separate your memories from your physical objects. So keep in mind that just because you're getting rid of that ticket stub from your second date with your husband that was 16 years ago, that doesn't mean you don't have the memory. It just means you don't have that ticket stub lying around. So one of the other traits, it's backwards, but it says frugal. So usually these people know themselves pretty well. The frugal people will often say, but I can still use that. And they'll also say there's nothing wrong with it, even though it's very obviously like not in good shape. So their main block is money. They're worried about wasting money, throwing good money away. They can't let go of worn out things, ill-fitting items, or multiples of things, because it's still a good thing. Path forward to those people, it's a little more difficult, because typically a frugal person is frugal because they've had some sort of past issue. So it's really a deep emotional issue with people who want to hang on to things because they're frugal. So in order to move forward from that, when you feel, if you're a frugal person, you're going through this and you're not wanting to throw something away, you really have to kind of de-stress after you're triggered with something. So that might mean some walk or meditation, something like that to kind of calm you down, maybe some music, whatever works for you. But you actually need to walk away when you've been triggered during this decluttering process. And then the other thing is have those 3 reasons. Focus on your why. So keeping focused on why you want to declutter is going to be the best thing to help a frugal person get through that. All right, another backwards card. The energetic. And I'm putting this above my head for a good reason. So the energetic person is, I want to try that. They love to try new things. Or, oh, I can do that. I know how to do that. I can do it. Their block is they can't say no. So if someone says, oh, can you do that? Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. I can do that. I can do that. So what they can't let go of is projects, because they want to try new things. They want to start new things. They're project people. I can't even, I'm not even going to go there, but yeah, projects are a problem. They also can't let go of social commitments. So, or, anything where you've promised, you said you're going to do something, they're definitely going to do it. They will go to hell and back to get it done. So they overcommit and they make sure they get it done. So those people, their path forward, usually what they hoard or clutter with are projects. So they're going to want to do one project at a time. So you have to set a limit for yourself that when I'm done with this project, even if it's not finished, like I'm either going to donate it, throw it away, but I'm not going to start a new one until I've gotten rid of this other one or completed it. So one project at a time for those people. Good reminder of that for me. And then we have the practical people, and I think a lot of people fall in this category. So practical people, they keep things just in case. They're like, I could use that. I could use that. Could being the operative word. Their block is they want to be useful. Sorry. See, I told you. I'm not good at writing things out. They can't let go of craft supplies. I'm looking at you, crocheters and knitters and sewers. Craft supplies. Spare cords, like charging cords, maybe for a phone you had like 6 years ago. Don't throw it away. It might be useful someday. Scrap materials. Those people, your path forward, do you use it now? Is it something useful to you in today's day? And if you didn't have it, what would you do? Would you be able to use something else in its place? Would you have to go out and buy it? How much would it cost for you to replace it? Are you guaranteed you're going to need it down the road? Those kinds of questions can kind of get you out of that loop. So, all right, I've given you some tips there. Now, what are you going to do with that path forward? You're going to write it down on your piece of paper with your 3 reasons why. You're going to put it right down there at the bottom, and you're going to have that handy as you go through this decluttering process. So, today, we are going to start in the wardrobe. That's why I'm in my messy closet. If you're just joining us, make sure at the end you message us and give us your email address, and we'll send you the video in full via email. So you'll be able to get a link to that. So all the information we went over is all really good because it's going to help you make this decluttering process the most successful one you've done. So be sure that you catch that info. Okay. So starting in the wardrobe. The wardrobe is going to be the most difficult for the practical person and the frugal person. And here's what you're going to need before you start. Your list of reasons why you're doing this. And your path forward also on that same piece of paper. Maybe it's poster board, maybe it's piece of paper, whatever. It's got to be there with you. Cleaning stuff. So, things to get the dust bunnies out. Some rags, cleaning supplies, vacuum, whatever that means to you for your closet space. Boxes and bags. So boxes to sort and pile, and bags for donation. You're going to need a mirror because we're going to have to try some things on. We're not doing that right now. No. But you will when you go through this process. And you'll need a staging area. Probably the best place for most people is going to be like your bed because it needs to be kind of big. And here's why. Step 1. Empty your closet. The entire thing. All of it. All that stuff is going to have to go out on my bed. Not only that, I've got a cabinet here that has my handbags and that kind of stuff in there. Yeah, all that too. So shoes, belts, jewelry, sweaters, sweatshirts, hats, all of that out on the bed. And you're going to want to sort it into categories. So sweaters in one pile, shirts in another pile, bottoms in another pile, so on and so forth. So you're going to have everything categorized and all of those things staged out. Step number 2, and this is the fun part, really fun part. You get to go in and pick your top 5 items, your 5 favorite things out of your entire wardrobe. They could be your favorite because it's your favorite color, but it should also fit you perfectly, make you feel great when you wear it and super confident. So you need to find the 5 pieces that give you that feeling. Try them on. Take a picture of yourself. Leave them sit there on a chair or hang them on a hanger and hang them off your window, whatever works for you. But you want them there invisible and you want to have just tried them on or be able to picture yourself wearing those pieces. So your top 5 favorite things. This is going to help you down the road when you're trying to decide what to keep and what to get rid of. So your top 5 favorite things. I know for me, I got a certain pair of jeans that it would be, a couple of sweaters, definitely one of my jackets. So yeah, whatever that means to you, find those 5 things. Ready for step 3? Step 3, you're going to designate 5 piles. So 5 things, 5 piles. Keep, maybe, this is the slippery one, maybe. Donate, trash, and to do. So, keep, obvious, you're going to keep it, put it back in your closet. Maybe, it doesn't meet all the criteria, which we'll go over in the next step, for a keep. Donate, something that's still good, doesn't have any stains, rips, tears. You're going to donate that to an organization of your choice that's going to make good use of it. Trash / recycle. So something that's torn, ripped, doesn't fit, and is not useful for someone else. And a to-do, something you really like and is worth keeping, but maybe the hem needs fixed, or maybe it needs taken in a little bit at the waist or let out, seeing as we're all eating a little more right now. So anything in that to-do pile. Now keep in mind, when you're putting something in the to-do pile, it's worthwhile to keep first, but it needs something done. So keep, maybe, donate, trash, to-do. 5 piles. Now that keep pile, that is step number 4. And that's the hard part of all this, right? Keep. How do you decide what to keep? So there are the Marie Kondo method. Something's got to spark joy for you. That works for some people. It does not work for me. I can't hold up, a sweater or shirt and say, oh, this is joyful for me. Like, it's clothes. It's not joyful. And when we get to the bathroom and the kitchen, like, I don't have a shampoo that makes me joyful. So maybe I don't get that, but that's the beauty of this system. It's easy to get. It's logical. It's not like a joy thing. So, deciding what to keep. First of all, we're going to go by category. So start with an easy category for you, something you don't have an emotional attachment to. For me, that's probably handbags. It would not be sweaters. I love sweaters. I have a thing for sweaters. Sweaters would be last for me. Maybe pants. Pants would be an easy first one, because if they don't fit perfect, I'm not going to keep them. And pants, you know how they all have weird fits, because we all have different bodies. So you keep by category. So start with pants, whatever worked for you. The criteria to keep it. You have to know that you love it. Now that's a weird word. It has to fit you really well, make you feel confident. Does it even compare to those 5 items? How does it make you feel compared to those other 5 favorite items that we picked out, right? So we know what those are, we remember what they look like on us, how they make us feel. Does this item that I'm considering to keep, does it compare to that? Does it make me feel close to that? If not, get rid of it. Maybe put it in the maybe pile. If you're not quite sure and you got to try it on, put it in the maybe pile. So keep, you absolutely have to love it almost as much as your top 5 things. The other thing, do not put it in the keep pile if it's damaged or has stains. Don't put it in the keep pile. It either needs to go in the to-do pile or the trash pile. 2 options for things that are damaged. If it's damaged and can be repaired, you have to evaluate to what cost. If it's going to be $20 to take in that jacket and you kind of like it, it's not worth it. You're not going to do it. Put it in the donate pile, just because it doesn't fit you well, but it could fit somebody else perfectly. If it needs repaired, but you don't really love it all that much, put it in the trash pile. So, got it? Questions on that kind of stuff? All right, moving on. So you've got your lovely keep pile, and it was pants, your pants. You know what pants you're keeping. Now you put them away. So you don't have to have some kind of fancy system, because we're downsizing everything. You can determine a system later once you figure out what you're keeping. So just go ahead, now that you've cleaned the area, after you got everything staged out, you cleaned your closet. Maybe I missed that step, but you cleaned your closet in between that. Then you put everything away once you've decided what you're keeping. So all your pants are now put away, because you've decided what you're keeping and what you're getting rid of. So you've put everything away by category. Step 6. The maybe pile. So this is the tough pile to go through, and it's going to take you the longest. So there's a possibility you don't have to go through this pile, because maybe before you go through your maybe pile, you look in your closet and you're like, oh my gosh, all my keep stuff, this is enough for me. I have enough for 2, possibly 3 weeks worth of clothes without having to rewear anything. Or I've got 2 weeks worth of clothes, and then I just kind of mix it up with some accessories. Whatever you feel is enough for you, and you can probably live with less than what you think you can. But you might have enough without having to go through that maybe pile. But if you don't, go ahead and go through that maybe pile, and you're going to try every single item on. You're going to still have your 5 favorites sitting there, that you're going to look at while you're trying these things on. If it fits funny, it's either going to go in the to-do pile or the trash or the donate, depending. So that's how you go through your maybe pile. If you have questions or you want to do a maybe pile one-on-one, I'm available for that. So just message me. So big thing with the maybe is try it on. Step 7, and this is really the last step. So you've got all your keep stuff, it's all back in your closet. All your maybe stuff has either been gone through again, and it either went into keep, or it went into do or donate. So what do? Now you've got a donate pile. So you're going to bag that up and take it to wherever you're donating it. Then you've got a trash pile. So you're going to look at that and be very careful what you decide to repurpose out of your trash pile. You don't need 19 million rags unless you're like some of these other folks who've decided they don't need toilet paper anymore, and they're going a different route with that. Watched Extreme Cheapskates the other day. It was a little creepy. People do that. To each their own, but seems extreme. I'm really hoping we don't have much more toilet paper shortage. Although there was some in Staples today. So you're going to trash or repurpose. And then anything that's a to-do, you're going to put that in a box and you're going to label it. And you're going to give yourself a list of what's in there and what needs done with it. If it needs dropped off the dry cleaner, the tailor, or if you're going to take care of it yourself, or return it to someone. Maybe it's not even yours. Maybe it belongs to a friend of yours and you borrowed it years ago and you're like, oh crap, I gotta give this back. So make a list of everything you're putting in that to-do box. And that's it. Then you'll be done. So we went through that really fast. Please, at the end of this, go ahead and give us your email address. Just send us that email. We will email you a link to this video. It'll be posted up on YouTube. And you'll be able to go through these steps again. I'm also available for consults throughout this process. So next time we get together, it's going to be 8 o'clock next Wednesday. We're going to learn how to go through the bathroom and household supplies. So things like your towels, looking at you, makeup samples, all of those beauty samples. We all have them, that little stash somewhere. Some of it's a big stash. But yeah, we're going to learn how to go through that and evaluate that and decide what to keep, what to get rid of. Because that can be a real difficult, especially for those frugal folks. So we're going to do that. We're going to do some follow-up on this too. We're going to find out how you guys did, if there are any questions lingering, and I'll show you my finished product versus this. By the way, that top rack, that's all my husband's stuff except for a couple of hats. Those obviously are not his. So I'm getting some emails already. Great. I love that. Thank you. And yeah, next Wednesday is the bathroom. So shout out to Lolly, where I bought this sweater. And I have my bag. And I want to give a shout out to Arrowhead for my lovely wine. And a very special person who provided this lovely glass. And yeah. Any questions? And a big thank you to my husband, who already left because he propped up my little notes there. He was not a fan, but he was a trooper. So, and he didn't pull any shenanigans like he threatened to all day. So, thanks guys. Thanks for watching. See you next week.